us today, and we are moving forward with the hydrokinetic therapy. And let me give the floor to Roman Samsiy, a physical therapy specialist, and he will present this topic for us. And unfortunately, we are closely approaching to the end of our summit, so we will soon have our last speaker. But now let's listen to Roman Samsiy. A round of applause, please. Thank you so much. Roman, the floor is yours. Hello, everyone. And today I will be sharing some experience which we are unfortunately getting because of these difficult times. I will be speaking of the things I'm dealing with and the equipment we are working with and the actual results we're able to see. I've been working in the field of rehabilitation since 2008. I also have a training center for rehabilitologists. We can safely say we've been working in the field of rehabilitation since the time it has not yet been fully established in Ukraine. And as it often happens, only the war is effective in actually establishing the field rehabilitation in the country. So, a few words about the things we did before the full-scale invasion. Yeah, we had some athletes rehabilitation. We were working with civilians in a number of areas in which we could be effective, different vertebrological issues, different joint issues, and supporting people with some general health needs. But since I have a clinic in Kiev and I had to move forward, and once we launched an athlete rehabilitation clinic, we quickly realized we had to refocus after the beginning of the full-scale invasion. We established a rehabilitation center in the mountains, not far from Bukavel. We readjusted our work to make sure it is suitable for the military. We made sure that we introduce the most effective solutions. We did not have much time for thinking and preparation. We were getting huge numbers of the military, and actually we have a huge project presided by the First Lady of our country. It's a unique experience of us, a commercial company, having access to such huge numbers of the military. So we established a group of doctors for the admission of the patients we were receiving from the command of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. We have some colleagues from Ivano-Frankivsk Medical University. There were 5 to 6 physicians supporting the process with functional diagnosis and tests and the general data we were getting from the hospitals to assess the initial condition of the patient. And unfortunately, we can never be 100% ready to such conditions. And in the limited time we had to do something. So we developed an effective product, which I call the kinetic circle. We had to make sure that we use our equipment as effectively as possible. We understood quite well that the numbers of well-trained specialists were very limited back in the day, and we managed to implement a project supporting as many patients as possible in an hour. We have a number, actually 4 different suspended systems, which serve to help a person reflex, to relax, and so some of those equipment work with the open and some with the closed kinetic circle, and we were also supported by different massage and recovery techniques, such as the Ayurvedic meditation and mental health practices. The patients which had the most serious trauma, spinal trauma, and other similar conditions, they showed the best results thanks to the use of those unconventional approaches. We also have a group of people working with 3D modeling of movement. So it is different from the traditional physical rehabilitation exercises. This gives a person a better opportunities to develop the movement in their joints, and we believe it is crucial for the person's nervous system to restore. And also another group of people who were doing exercises in the water. So we believe that this systematic approach was very effective.
And of course, in order to start the training, the session, first we just had physicians, we did functional diagnostics measures, but then electromyography equipment was procured, and also the equipment to assess biomechanics of movement. And by the way, as of today, the specialists who are into prosthetics and who are into movement biomechanics are just few in our country. And we are among the first ones moving in that directions to diagnose the gait, the movement, because me, being a physician in the area of biological sciences, but also I have a huge experience in rehabilitation, I can say that today basically not a lot of attention, just little attention is paid to that, and people talking about that today, they just maybe say a few words, not more, kind of not popular. But those who do prosthesis need to talk about it and say that for the first time, because movement is important, what a person's doing with this or that prosthesis and how the person lives with it and does with it is important, needs to be addressed throughout the life. And we assure this life of our patients going to be long and happy. I get some patients who have been injured since 2014, not having a limb, but still in the war. But they come to the prosthetic specialist and ask them to make the prosthesis shorter, because when they go out to and do something in the battlefield, he cannot move because of the length of the prosthesis, cannot move as good in the conditions he needs to be, not efficiently. And what's going on with the spine, what's going on with the skeletal system, you can imagine. So the diagnosis of movement, gait, power platforms, whatever pertains to movement biomechanics is a very important aspect that we need to focus on. If we go back to the experience of work, first of all, we work with vertebrology injuries in rehabilitation. The majority of patients, maybe 70%, are the patients who have problems related to their spine, to vertebra. We talk about different inflammatory processes, and we work with joints, offloading, also the possibility to repair, to restore different contractures, like blast injuries. Consequences also should be mentioned. Syndromes that are due to blast injuries should be mentioned, or stress syndromes. So these are accompanying issues, accompanying problems. Something that was mentioned today, like PTSD, for example, is there too. So complicated cases. So all of that is as one mechanisms that we really need to work with and look for the best solutions. If we talk about the program, we also use magnet therapy for pain relief, electrotherapy, suspension systems also are used, and different therapeutic procedures, laser therapy, heat and wave therapy, and also water. And traction in water is really efficient, and movement with submersion is really efficient. If we talk about efficient product in water, those are different directions in rehabilitation of limbs. So these are different, like baths or what we call charcoal shower. There are different types of baths, hydro massage, submersion massage, all that gives a good effect. Water is offloading emotionally, psychologically, mentally. And we combine that very well together with meditation practices. Also combine that with breathing practices. And also we work and use transcendental meditation as well. We do it in water with submersion. The biggest challenge that we faced, more than 2,000 militaries that we work with, is free time. So if the guys have some free time, unfortunately, they are looking for adventures. Why? Probably needs not to be explained. It's life. Some situations are strange, inexplicable, so to say, unclear to a civilian, but military people look for some adventures to relax, to escape, to get some emotions that they really need. And some guys come to us right from the front line, right from the battlefield. And some military people come here, come to our centers for recreation. It's a complicated situation. It's an important experience. We also cooperate with researchers, scientists to study that, but objectively, we don't have the right to say no to them, but also we don't have the right to say everything that we can. But if there is a good schedule, day schedule from the very beginning, it helps really well, because schedule and organized time is important. And also, out of my own experience, I would like to pay attention and to focus on what I see, something that's really popular in projects. Some things that are not very much focused on, but I get trained and I get to different facilities to get trained, I see that in some places there is no structure to the day. So they can wake up at 11 and when they have time, their own free time, they might or might not go for a session. That's not the way to go. Also, we need to work not just with these people, but their partners, family members, caregivers need to be involved. And we have a good experience working like that. But water therapy and hydrokinesiotherapy gives a very good opportunity to relax, to offload, to involve more people and more groups of people who also come to support the patients. And interesting methods that we use, and by the way, it's a very efficient thing. It's a butterfly bath. We call it butterfly bath. It does not require any sophisticated high technologies. So it's really efficient, good solution, different movement can be performed there, efficient and practical, as we call it. Also, one of the modules that needs to be used, also I'd like to share with you. So there can be a special path organized to get into the swimming pool. No special solutions. It's very practical, can be set up, organized really easily. So this kind of a track or trap can be installed really easily. And the flow in the swimming pool can be established, can be organized. So the video might show you how a person to start moving. So the platform is moving. It's like a treadmill, and that platform can go down, and at the same time the water is coming into the pool. So these patients might have different types of injuries, and depending on a situation or injury, there might be more or less water in the pool. So this is with regards to that platform or treadmill. So these are quite efficient. And also on the right, on the picture, also you can see that the patient can be transported there with a sling or overhead sling if the patients do not move, do not walk. And also the treadmill, just the treadmill is used, or bicycle also is used in hydrokinesiotherapy. These are good methods. And basic things are there too, like group programs, individual programs. From my experience, I can say that this treadmill that can be submerged and to a different depth is also very efficient to patients. This is the most important things with regards to hydrokinesiotherapy. Maybe with regards to rehabilitation or equipment, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you, Roman. Samsiy, that was Roman Samsiy. If there is a question, please, but no questions. A round of applause to Mr. Roman. I'm sure that even after we will close our summit, there'll be more questions and opportunity to network and ask questions. And also